Hello, how to complete 2023 Form 941 for quarter 4 employer quarterly federal tax return. And with the example we are going to use, is going to look like this by the time we are done completing it. Let's get started. So first you'll go to IRS website and you'll search Form 941, and if you file for prior quarter, you should have a copy of the form already in your business folder that you can just open the form and the instruction. But if that's your first time filing it, you'll search Form 941 or irs.gov. You'll click on Form 941, download it and save it. You download the instruction and save it as well. And if you need more things from their website, you'll come back for that later. Okay, so it'll be good to read the instruction and highlight what you find relevant to your business, so that as you are looking for that information, you can find it easily. So first you enter your business EIN number and you enter your business name, and that is the name you enter as the legal name on your business EIN application form. If you have the copy of that form in your record, you want to pull it out to look at how you have it written. You'll find it on your SSA. That's the letter you receive from IRS as their reply to your EIN application. So make sure you have your EIN and like your business EIN and your business legal name, and then you enter, if you have a DBA for your business, you enter that. In this example, we have Liberman Consulting as the legal name, Liberman Consulting EIN number, and then we have the trading name Nina Soap. You have the business address, city, state, and zip code. And if you are completing the form and a section is not clear enough for you, you can pause, check the instruction, scroll to that section and read about it to see if the instruction is clear enough for you to help you. So then you go to the right side of the form, check for the report for this quarter of 2023. So you are reporting for quarter 4, so you'll check the last box and we'll go to part 1. Number of employees who receive wages, tips, and or other compensation for the pay period, including. So we are reporting for quarter 4, therefore the question is for that quarter. And for the example, we are going to use the number of people, that's 2. Wages, tips, and other compensation, and again it is a quarterly report, therefore it is the wage, tips, and other compensation for that quarter. It is my understanding. So we'll go to our payroll spreadsheet and we will go to the quarterly summary for it. And again, it is a payroll spreadsheet that is free to download at ninasoup.com, and you can find it under free download. When you log into the page, you log into to open Nina Soap. You don't need to subscribe or submit your email. You just open Nina Soap, and when you scroll to the free download session, the free payroll spreadsheet form 940 B22F2, it is that form that I'm using right now. Okay, so and we will look at the total wages paid is 48 for the quarter 4 is 12,000. And in case you are wondering how I know it's two people, and again, it's just an example we are using to complete that form. The data was entered on federal income tax form for quarter 4, so two people, and 12,000. Believe we'll go back to the summary for quarter 4 is 12,000. So we'll go to our document and we'll put 12,000. Federal income tax will help from wages, tips, and other compensation. We will go to the form again, and total federal income tax withheld for that quarter 4 is 747. 747. And here we are going to post to explain if you don't know how to estimate how much to withhold as federal income tax from wages. It is good if that's for yourself or for somebody else working in your business. It's good to give them or for you to fill out W4. And the W4, there is what the person selected, and if that's for yourself, employee officer of the business, what you want to withdraw income from, you want to withhold income, state federal income tax in a consistent level, so you can complete the W4 for yourself and choose how you want to be treated by the employer, by your business. So depend on what the person choose there, and depend on whether the person check box step 2 box to be taxed at a higher level will determine how you will hold income tax on their wages. And then you can open IRS latest version of publication 15T, federal income tax withholding method, and they have multiple methods here, but I tend to use wage bracket method, like in this example, for manual payroll system after 2020. So I was on page 22, and because of those two things, the filing status and whether the person want you to withhold check box 2 or not will determine what column you will work with. If the person chose, for instance, to be tasked as a single and then didn't check the box, the step 2 on the W4, then you use the standard withholding. If the person check the box 2, then you use the column for form W4 step 2 check box withholding colon. Pretty much that means the person want to pay more tax to make sure they are paying enough. So, and once you know that, you need to know how often you are going to pay during the year. So if that's yourself, let's say you are going to pay yourself $6,000 a year divided by $60,000 a year divided by let's just use this example. So let's say you are going to pay yourself $24,000 a year divided by 12, that is $2,000 a month, and you are going to pay yourself a month $2,000 a month. So that's monthly pay period. So they have multiple pay periods. So you scroll to monthly pay period, and you want to look for $2,000 that you are going to pay during that pay period, and you want the first column amount, the bracket, the starting dollar amount bracket, the amount you are going to pay to be at least that, but is less than the ending bracket amount. So we are looking for $2,000. So the bracket should start with 2,000 or less, but should not end with 2,000. So we found 2,000 that you want to pay yourself a month, but less than 2,000. So that's the bracket you are going to work with. And within that, you'll notice that we didn't use the top bracket. We used the bottom bracket. It's starting at least with 2,000 and ending after 2,000, so 2,030. So since you are going to pay yourself 2,000 a month, I'm going to scroll down a little bit so that we can see the filing status. So, and the person wants to be filed to be taxed as a single, and the boss 2 is check. Then you will use the last column, boss 2 check colon, and that is 163 for $2,000 pay. So if the person didn't check the step 2 on the W4, then you lose the standard withholding under single status, and that will be $86. And we use both example in the spreadsheet. So now we look, that's how you estimate federal income tax. So if you are wondering, so now we can go back to and every month you just withhold that amount from the salary before you pay the person, and so forth. And that is a federal income tax. You withhold that from the employee's salary, and then you'll make a deposit to IRS for that. So we are going to, that's how we find the estimated federal income tax. Now we are going to, and if the person didn't make other selection on the W4, it will become the amount that you will withhold. So we'll go back to the summary tab again, and they are asking for the total federal income tax withheld, and we put that already. Okay, so if no wages, tips, or other compensation are subject to Social Security or Medicare tax, you check that box and you go to line 6. But we are not going to do that because we have wages subject to Social Security and Medicare. So total Social Security wages is going to be the same as this 12,000 in this essence. But just know that for Social Security section, they separate qualified sick leave, family leave, tips, and wages. They separate them. And for the qualified sick leave and qualified family leave, you withhold that from the employee salary. For the Social Security wages and for the Social Security tips, you withhold from the employee salary, and your business pay the other half portion as well. So you withhold 6.2% from the employee salary, and your business pays 6.2% as well. And the total of both is 12.4%. And you collect, so you withhold and your business pay Social Security on wages up to 160,200 for 2023, and after that you do not withhold Social Security tax on income above that, and you do not, your business does not pay Social Security either, but you will continue to withhold Medicare tax, and you will continue to your business will pay Medicare tax on income above 160,200 or to $200,000. So when the per person, again, even for the Social Security is per person. So if one employee wages exceed 160,200 for the year, anything you pay that person above that is exempt from Social Security tax for the employee and for the business. But you will continue to withhold Medicare tax, and your business will pay Medicare tax as well. And when you pay a person $200,000 and more, that more above that 200,000, you will hold an additional 0.9% on the employee, on that extra, on that excess employee wage, but your business won't pay that additional Medicare. Your business will only pay 1.45%, but the employee, you will withhold 1.45% on the whole amount, and additional 0.9% on the amount above that 200,000. But again, it's good to check the instruction, because the breakout can vary year after year, but it's good to check the instruction for the right cutoff threshold amount. But yeah, 162,000 is the threshold for the Social Security, and the Medicare is $200,000. It's $200,000. Anything you pay over that to one person, that over amount, you'll withhold an additional 0.9% on it for that person. So, and you can read that on page 12 of the instruction for Form 941. But again, if the income, taxable income, is less than that amount, we are not going to worry about it. So the full wages here, subject to Social Security, is 12,000, and we are going to take that and time it by 0.12, so times 0.24, so that's 1488. 1488. And we don't have sick leave wages, family leave wages, Social Security tips. So Medicare wages and tips, they are combined. For the Medicaid, the taxable income is 12,000, and for employee and employer together is pretty much 1.45 for the employee and 1.45 for the employer, so that total to 0.029. So 12,000 times 0.029 is 348. 348. Because they have cent section and full dollar amount section, we are not rounding. We are going to put what needs to go on the decimal side. So line 5E, total Social Security and Medicaid tax, and that will be the column 2 from 5A to 5D, and that will be 144.88 plus 348, so 144.88, and that will be 1836. So we are going to see if that's what our spreadsheet, our totals are for the quarter. And so we have federal income tax for 747. We have that. Social Security, employee and employer, 1488. We have that. Medicare, employee and employer, 348. We have that. And the total Social Security and Medicaid is 1836, and the total tax before adjustment is 2583. So section F, that's you on reported tips, you are going to leave a blank. It does not apply to this example. Line 6, total tax before adjustment. So line 3, line 5 E, and line 5F. So that will be 2583. But we need to, let's calculate it to make sure we got it right. So 1836 plus 747, 85, 2583. Okay. So current quarter adjustment for fraction of cents. So that is pretty much what you withhold or you withheld from employee salary and what the calculation here say you should have withheld. So the difference between the two a lot of time could be due to will be residual from a decimal residuals, and you will put it on line 7. Here we don't have anything, we are going to leave a blank. Current quarter after adjustment for sick pay, we leave a blank. Line 9, current quarter adjustment for tips or growth term life insurance, we leave a blank. Total tax after adjustment will be line 6 all the way to line 9, and it's going to be the same amounts as line 6 for us, 2583. Line 11 is about qualified small business payroll tax credits and non-refundable credits. So if those apply to you, you might want to read the instruction. For the qualified small business payroll tax credit, there is form 8974 that you might have to complete and attach. And for the non-refundable credit and refundable credit, there is a worksheet at the end of the instruction for form 941 that you might find useful, that you will use to assist you to find the non-refundable portion and then the refundable portion. But since it does not apply to us in this example, we are going to leave line 11 blank. You'll go to page 2 of form 941 and you make sure you put your business legal name and your business identification number, just like the way you put it on the first page for the EIN and for the business legal name. And line 11D, we leave it alone. Line 12, total tax after adjustment and non-refundable credit is going to be to take line 10 minus line 11G. And line 10 is 2583. And line G is pretty much total non-refundable credits. In our case, is $0, so it's blank, but line 12 is 2583. If your line 12 is $0, you put 00 there. You don't leave a blank. Line 12 is one of the few lines that you need to put something there, and you'll need to complete a line 2 as well. If it's $0, you'll need to put 0 there. But yeah, line 12, 85, 2583, 2583. So line 13A is total deposits for this quarter, including overpayment applied from a prior quarter or an overpayment applied from Form 41 amended or Form 944 amended filed for this quarter. So if you made a deposit during the quarter, you'll enter on line 13A. And in this example, we are going to put 2583 because 2583, it is more than 2,500. Therefore, we will need to make a deposit, and we better make that deposit following the monthly deposit schedule that we chose at the beginning of the year. And we have a video that explains how to choose a deposit schedule at the beginning of the year, and I will link that in the description, that video. So when you choose a monthly deposit schedule and you have a task that is more than 2,500, is 2,500 and more, you need to make that deposit, and you better make that deposit on that monthly schedule and because you will be asked to list your liability by month, and IRS could compare that to how much they receive from you on a monthly basis to see if you made those deposits on time. So now they have the refundable portion that goes on line 13, and we are going to leave those line 13 blank as well beside line 13A. And then line 13G is total deposit and refundable credit, and that will be to total the line 13. And in this instance, it's going to be it's going to be the same as our line 13A, 2583. I'm not sure why I'm saying 2583. So the balance due is the difference between line 12 and line 13G. So line 12 is 2583 and line 13G is 2583. The difference between the two is 0. Therefore, we are going to leave our line 14 blank, and there is no overpayment. That will remain blank as well. Okay. But if your line 12 is more than your deposit, then you owe tax. You put on line 14. If your line 12 is less than your deposit and refundable credit, then IRS owe you money. Therefore, you put that difference on line 15 overpayment, and you choose whether you want them to keep it for you to apply to the next return, or you want them to send it to you and you check send a refund. But in this instance, where we deposited exactly the right amount, the difference is $0. So line 14 will remain blank, and line 15 will remain blank as well. So part 2. If you are unsure about whether you are a monthly scheduled depositor or a semi-weekly scheduled depositor, see section 11 of publication 15. And again, we have a video on schedule between monthly scheduled deposit and semi-weekly scheduled deposit that I will link in the video, in the video description. So you are going to check one of the 3 boxes for line 16. If line 12 on this return is less than 2,500, or line 12 on the return from the prior quarter was less than 2,500, and you didn't incur $100,000 next day deposit obligation during the current year, so that's when you will check that. But because our line 12 is more than 2,500, is pretty much $2,583 extra, we are going to check we are a monthly scheduled depositor for the entire quarter. So enter the tax liability for each month and total liability for the quarter. So let's go to the spreadsheet, and for then the monthly might work in that instance in this case, and that will be, we can hide the other quarter we have just the last quarter available to work with, and we are going to, the total tax is going to be ACC1 for each one of them for the total tax before adjustment. So we'll go back ACC1 and move to ACC1 and move 3 ACC1, and when we total all of that, that will be ACC1 times 3, and that will be 2583, and that should match line 12, 2583. and they want that to match your line 12. And line 12, and you see it match, that's after adjustment and non-refundable credit. So that means you have, if you are claiming non-refundable credit, you have to subtract that out of your monthly liability so that your total there match your line 12 as well. If you are a semi-weekly scheduled depositor, then instead of checking the second box, you will check the third box. You will not complete the monthly, you will complete the daily tax liability, which you will find on Schedule B of Form 941. And I'm not sure we have it open here, but we can see if we can find the Schedule B. We can go to IRS website and you can click on it there. It's pretty much allow you to enter your daily tax liability. So that is a form that pretty much you will file by quarter. So it has 3 months on the sheet. Every month has 31 days available for you. So if you are going to be registering your daily tax liability, then you'll know how you'll record your payrolls in a way to be able to provide that amount. And that's if you are weekly tax, you have a weekly deposit schedule. Here is monthly, qualify for a monthly deposit schedule. Therefore we complete them that, and we'll go to page 3. You enter your business legal name, your business EIN number. Part 3, line 17, we leave it blank because the business didn't stop. But again, if that is related to your business, you want to read the instruction and check and complete it accordingly. So line 18, if you are a seasonal employer and you do not have to file a return for every quarter, you'll check that box. It's just telling IRS that there might be a quarter that may not file for, and when you file, it is for that quarter that you are filing. But yeah, part 4, usually I just check no. That's if you want IRS to address any question they might have to you instead of contacting somebody else for it. But if you want them to contact somebody, then you check yes and you enter that information on those 3 areas they left for it. So who can sign your form? So you will put you, the business owner, or the business officer, or the business member that works in the business is an eligible of the business activities. Or if you're a sole proprietor, that's you, the owner. So you'll enter the name of the person that is agreeing with the data on the form and is eligible to sign the return, and you add the phone number. And when the return is printed out, that person will sign and date, and you make a copy for the business record. And if you are a tax preparer and you are preparing the form and you will be paid for it, then you will complete the pay preparers use only session with your name, your firm's name, preparation firm name, business address, city, state, zip code, phone, EIN, and you, the tax preparer, P10. And if you are self-employed, then you will check the self-employed. But if you are filing this for your own business and the business is paying you salary as an officer of the business, because you work in the business, you are not getting paid to complete a tax return. Therefore, you do not complete the pay preparer use only session. You leave it blank. So, and that concludes how to complete Form 941 for 2023 quarter 4. Because we chose to make a deposit of the tax due you do not complete the voucher will remain blank, and you will mail the Form 941 to the address without a payment. So where do you mail Form 941 for 2023 without a payment? You'll go to IRS instructions for Form 941 for 2023, page 7, and you look for your address, your state that your business is located in, and the colon without a payment. Mailing Form 941 without a payment colon that correspond to the line that your business is located in, that correspond to the state your business is located in, and that's the address you will put on the envelope to mail your Form 941 for quarter 4 2023, and you mail it via USPS certified mail. That way you have a tracking on it, and you file that tracking with a copy of the return for your business record. And remember to sign the return date and make a copy for your business. So without a payment that corresponds to Iowa State, in this example, is Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, Ogden, Utah 84201-0005. And they say don't round entries to the whole dollars. Always show an amount for cents, even if it is 0, and leave blank any data field except line 1, 2, and 12 with a value of 0. And line 1 is the number of employees that you pay during that quarter, and line 2 is how much you pay total wage wise during that quarter, and line 12 is the total tax due after adjustment. And if you have any attachment to make, you make sure you put your EIN and Form 941 and the tax year you are filing, and probably the quarter too that you are filing on the attachment. Thank you very much. And again, you can find the payroll spreadsheet on our website, ninasoup.com, under free download, and that is the one label free payroll spreadsheet Form 940 B22F2. And in case you are wondering, your quarter 4 Form 941 is due by January 31st, 2024. Thank you. We thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you for your time. We thank you very much for all your comments, and we thank you very much you all that subscribe to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and ninasoup.com, our blog. On our blog, we have that free download session where you can, access free templates to manage your finances and to manage your business. We do have liberlabel.com, where you can purchase financial templates and business templates to manage your business and to manage your finances as well. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your need and your family's need. And filing your Form 941 employer quarterly federal tax return yourself is a way to save money for your business by keeping your business expenses low, especially when your business is still young. And at the same time, it's a learning process where you learn, how, based on information you need to complete the form, how you should be tracking your payroll so that you are able to complete the form that are required for your business, whether it is providing monthly payroll liabilities or providing that information on a daily basis. And when you are ready to ask a tax preparer to file your tax for you, you already know how to pull data, how to record, track and record your financial data, and you already have a layer that'll be easy for the tax preparer to file your tax for you accurately, because whether somebody filed the tax return for you or not, it is your responsibility to make sure the return is filed and is filed on time, the payments are made on time, and the return is accurate. Thank you.